Is this relationship normal? I don't know if I'm overthinking of if my husband has an odd relationship with his mom. Firstly, I loved his mom at the beginning of our relationship. She has always shown me love and did a lot for me. But there are a few things that aren't sitting right with me, and I just wanted some outside perspective to set my thinking right. We got married a year ago, so I'd say we're still newlyweds. I'm 24 and he's 23. I noticed that he shares a lot with his mom. They always speaking about other people, gossip. She knows every tiny detail about his job and his colleagues. Every time he shows me vacation ideas for us to plan, he shows his mom too. His car is even under her name, but he told me this was done because he wasn't working long enough to have it under his own name. Then there are a few remarks she had made to him that I wasn't quite happy with. The once she casually told him I post too much on social media. I know this because he tells me everything. So after an argument we had about something completely unrelated, I removed her from following me. We both agreed that if she asks, he'll just say that I was upset and removed both of them. Months went by and found out that he actually told her that I removed her because my own mom said I'm getting too close to my mill. My mom has nothing to do with situation. And I also notice when we go out, he kind of feels bad that his mom is left out. He messaged her the once when we went to a fair and said it's good she didn't come because the place was shit. Another occasion she wanted his siblings to come with us when we went to an amusement park, but he said no BC it was for us two only. But while we were there she was kind of making him feel bad about it, as far as I could tell. Saying things like, don't worry, his cousin can take them some other time. His mom also misinterprets things my family says about him and goes to tell him when I'm not around. I asked him if he could ask him mom not to do this as it's causing rifts in our marriage, and he got super defensive and said there's nothing wrong with it as she's just look out for her son. Don't even let me get started on finances. There are constant payments up and down between the two of them that I don't even know what for. He'd tell me if I asked, but it's so often that I just don't anymore. I get that he's young and needs help sometimes. The once she asked him to borrow him a big amount of money to pay her own electricity bill that she paid back. I find it strange though. I recently also found out that on our wedding day, one of his cousins told my brother that she hopes he, my husband, knows when to stand up for his wife, as his mom interferes a lot in his life. He also usually calls his mom to come and sort out issues whenever we argue. He says he wouldn't and generally would not, but I push his buttons so much that he has to. I don't know if this will ever be different. Every time he says he won't again, but ends up doing it regardless and says it's BC he can't handle my behavior. He even said that he knows not to involve parents in our problems, but still does. The once I suggested to get a fair mediator to help, and he still said he wants his dad to be present still. But he usually just calls his mom. But the act she puts on. She wants us to have the best life and always be united, but it's these in between the line things that are bothering me. And I'm scared it's going to get worse in the future. Just wanted to know if thinking in the correct light? And just to put it out there, I never argue with him over his mom. I only ever do if I bring up something that bothers me, and he gets super defensive, saying I'm just trying to make her look bad, or that I don't like her, etc.